Hello guys, welcome to the Parrot Sisters YouTube channel. It's your girl Pauline and it's around 10 p.m. at night and I'm here in the kitchen. I want to prepare some chicken and I want to prepare it the KFC way. So the reason why I'm here at night is because I want to marinate the chicken and then I will leave it overnight, and then tomorrow morning I can proceed with the rest of the process. So as you can see here, I already have my ingredients. I have my spices here. I have paprika, Spanish paprika. I have my garam masala. I have garlic powder. I have black pepper. I have ginger powder. I have my soy sauce. And I have my salt. And then I have my chicken. It's 1 kg and I have already cleaned it and I have chopped it into pieces. So guys, I will be mixing these ingredients. I will marinate the chicken, I will cover it, and then I will leave it overnight so that it will absorb the spices, so that it will produce a very nice flavor once the meat is cooked. So guys, I hope that you're going to enjoy the video and I hope that you're going to learn something from it. So guys, without further ado, I want us to get into the video. Welcome. So guys, I already have my meat here and I will be putting it in this sufuria. So here are my chunks of meat. I will add a spoon of salt, then I will add a little amount of ginger. I don't want to use much. That should be enough. Then I will go in with my black pepper. That will be enough. Then here goes my garlic powder. Then I have my garam masala. Just a little. And finally, I will add in my Spanish paprika. That's enough. Okay. Then I will go in with my soy sauce. Yeah, so there guys we go. So the next step will be to mix all these ingredients and make sure that all the meat gets all the ingredients, and that's what I'm doing now guys, mixing the meat. Yeah, so guys, as you can see, you need to ensure that all the meat gets the spices like that. Yeah, see. You can either use your bare hands or you can mix while wearing your kitchen gloves. Yeah, in my case I didn't have them, so I decided to use my bare hands, as you can see. And that's what we have. Yeah, so the next thing will be to cover my meat like that overnight. So my meat is going to marinate or absorb the ingredients throughout the night, so that tomorrow I will now go ahead and deep fry them. Yeah, so guys, let's leave them to marinate. Yeah. So the following morning, my chicken was already marinated. So I started by beating some eggs. I used 3, but at some point I realized that 3 might not be enough. I added another one. Although later I came to realize that 3 was actually good, would have actually been enough. So after beating the eggs, I put some salt and some black pepper, and then I stirred the eggs so that so as to ensure that the spices would be balanced, so that we wouldn't have the spices just in the meat and lacking in the rest of the ingredients that I used to prepare my KFC chicken. Yeah, so as you can see here, I am stirring my eggs, and this is actually my first time preparing this recipe. I have never prepared it again. I thought that I should try it out, and as you will see towards the end of the video, it turned out very well. So I also used all-purpose baking flour. Yeah, as you can see there, the wheat flour. Yeah, and then I added some salt and the rest of the spices that I had put in the meat, except the soy sauce. Yeah, so I also added some sugar, yeah, to add a little bit of sweetness, you know. And then I also added the Spanish paprika, just a little bit, because I had already put it in the meat, so I didn't need to use too much right now. Yeah, so as you can see here, I am adding the ginger, the garlic powder, just a little bit. Yeah, then I also added a little bit of ginger. I didn't want it to be too much. Then after that I stirred all that. I mixed all that together with the flour. And when it was well mixed up, I went ahead now to put my breadcrumbs on another plate. Yeah. So I had a little remaining, but it was enough. Yeah, so after I was done with that, I got ready. I got my plate dry using a kitchen towel. Yeah, because after coating the meat with the eggs and then covering it with the flour and the breadcrumbs, it shouldn't land on a wet surface. Yeah, so this is the point where I told you that I added another egg. Yeah, but I also realized that I should have used 3, but no worries, still learning. And as I said, I have never done this recipe before, so I was just trying it out. So once my eggs were ready, I started now to coat my meat like that. So I ensured that the whole meat was covered with the eggs, and then I would place it on the flour, after which I would cover the meat entirely, and then I placed it on the breadcrumbs. I covered it again, and then I took it back to the flour, covered it and shaked off the excess flour, and then I placed the meat chunks on the dry plate, and I repeated this process until I had all my meat coated and ready for deep frying. Yeah, so while you're doing this, you should ensure that you make use of your both hands. So while the right hand was dipping the meat in the eggs, the other hand I was using the other hand now to cover the meat with the flour. Yeah, if you use the same hand to put the meat in the eggs and then use the same hand to coat with the flour, you will make the flour wet, and that will not be okay. Yeah, so I repeated the process until I had all my meat covered up or coated. Yeah, and then in the meantime, I had placed my cooking oil on the fire source so that it would be getting hot. So when I was done with the process, by the time I was done, my cooking oil was already boiling. I used I was very careful not to get burnt. Yeah, so the first time my cooking oil was not it had not boiled properly. So if you have to do this at home, you should be careful not to repeat that mistake. Ensure your cooking oil is very hot so that your chicken will cook very fast. So during the first round, the meat took quite some time. Yeah, and then once it was cooked, that is when it turned golden brown. After almost 10 minutes, I had to allow the meat a lot of time to cook because it had not been boiled, so I had to be very patient. And once it had turned golden brown, I removed it and placed it on a plate that had kitchen towel on it, so that the kitchen towel would absorb the excess oil. And then within no time, my meat was ready and I was done with the process. Yeah, and my meat was ready to eat. Yeah, so guys, I really enjoyed doing this. It was so much fun, and I feel like you should also try it at home. Guys, here is my KFC meat. I have already finished. As you can see, it looks very yummy and crunchy. It is golden brown in color. Yeah, so I'm going to eat it, just a little part, so that you can see how it has cooked inside. Yeah, so I allowed the chicken to cook for a length of almost up to 10 minutes each round, so that it would cook up to the inside. So guys, here's my chicken. Can you see that? It's well cooked. You see? So guys, here is the inside. You can see it's very well cooked, and it's very delicious. Very delicious. Oh my god. So sweet. You should try this at home. See? Very nice and well cooked and very sweet. Yeah, so guys, see you in our next video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you will try this method at home, and I hope that it's going to work for you. So until our next video, it's a bye. Let me enjoy my sweet KFC chicken.